When you hear Sarcelles, you hear about the riots that happened years ago, but we don't speak about anything else in the media.
Riots in 2005, 2007 and 2014 that have left one image of Sarcelles and of so many other French banlieues, those poor, usually remote urban suburbs that are so often forgotten. This apartment block in Sarcelles has been Youssouf Ba's home all his life. Ever since he graduated in April, he's been trying and failing to get a job in marketing. He has no way of knowing what part either his name or the name of his suburb have played.
If a recruiter reads Sarcelles and he has a bad image of the town and he says to himself, I'm not going to recruit him because he's from Sarcelles, I won't know that. I won't know why I wasn't selected.
Youssouf sends CVs from this flat he shares with his mother every day. Sometimes he gets a rejection letter, mostly though he hears nothing. One thing he is sure of is that he's on the outside of the system he so desperately wants to join.
A young guy from the 16th arrondissement in Paris whose parents are from a certain milieu, he's going to benefit from their networks. He'll also have the finances for a good school. All of that matters.
Now, Youssouf is not alone in believing that discrimination is behind his inability to find a job. But it's almost impossible to prove, and that's because here in France there simply are no statistics on either ethnicity or race. One recent study has suggested, though, that France's GDP could rise by nearly 7% over the course of the next 20 years if it were to widen access to the workplace. That's one thing a company just behind this door is trying to do.
The idea is to tap into the spirit of enterprise coming out of the banlieue, and plenty of people are trying to make a difference. Here at Mosaic, they work hard to help place young people from remote tower blocks into work, and they're getting great feedback.
It's true that when you find a candidate who may be from a less privileged background and he's recruited by an employer that generates diversity, and diversity means more creativity, better performance, more mobility. France is struggling to transform itself, but in order to transform itself, it needs to realise there's a problem. It's clear there are people today who believe discrimination does not exist, and they're in denial.
The question of opportunity in the banlieue and youth unemployment are proving central issues in the upcoming French election. The National Front's Marine Le Pen says the problem has nothing to do with discrimination.
There are a lot of young people in France at the moment who can't find work. They're not just in the banlieue, they're also in the countryside. And it has nothing to do with their name. It's the fact that the economy is tanking.
Zora is another child of the banlieue who has broken through the disadvantages to land an office job in Paris. And although it took her months to get it, she now thinks that her background is a help rather than a hindrance.
It has made me stronger, more combative than others. I had to make more of an effort, so when I work harder than other people. Yes, my name is Zora. I love my name. There's a story behind my name. That's life. It's diversity, and I believe everyone has a talent.
It's a message that Zora hopes one day to bring back to the banlieue, where the wait for so many continues. Melissa Bell, CNN, Paris.